Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, you guys have the chat started without me. This is awesome. Hey friends, I tell you what, I was almost late to my own live stream because that's just the day that I'm having. I like all of a sudden it was 7:25 and I'm sitting at my computer editing my video for tomorrow because I'm vlogging today, vlogging what I ate. So of course I'm done eating now that it's 7:30, and live stream time is actually really great because it's like a goal. I shouldn't eat while I'm on live stream, and I can't eat afterwards because that's too late then. So it's a great goal for me to be finished eating by then. But so I came upstairs and I'm like, let me finish this vlog before live stream starts, and all of a sudden it was 7:25, and I was like, oh my god! But it's okay. We're here now. Let's say hello. This is how it's gonna go, my friends. Oh my word, this is how it's gonna go. Hello, Lori. The Bruins. That's hockey, right? Lori, Rosie, Lissa, Rose, Sarah, Suki, Cindy, Patty, Connie. My gang is all here. My mother is here. Oh my goodness gracious. I should make you a moderator too, although I don't know if you want to moderate, but sure, why not? Boom. Hello, friends. Hello, Beth. Hello, Michelle and Tracy and Stacy. Oh my goodness, you guys are all here and it's making me happy. I have little Miss Gracie Lou with me, who's been, shaking for no apparent reason most of the day today. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. But she was also downstairs barking. So I had to text Eric and be like, when you get home, you can come and let her out, but I'm locking her in with me because otherwise she's going to just sit there and bark the whole time I'm up here. So, it's all good. Check in, drop me a water emoji if you've got your water with you. I have this, and I have another thing because I like to drink it out of my water bottle with a straw, which I've told you guys many, many times. I find that I drink more water when I have a straw. So I keep measuring out of this 32-ounce water bottle, and I keep transferring it into my bottle with a straw. For those of you that are new here, the drinking game is anytime I take a drink, you take a drink too. Grandma will see you soon. Oh my goodness. Gracie doesn't even know what is coming at her tomorrow. My mother, my sister, and my niece are coming to visit for a couple of days. And Alice, I'm convinced, 110% convinced that in the grand scheme of the 3 people that live in this house, the dog included, I'm the lowest on Alice's totem pole. I'm the lowest. I'm very exciting, yes. But the second Eric walks in, or forget all about it if I have Gracie. If I have Gracie, I'm not even acknowledged as a presence. So in the grand scheme of who she's going to see tomorrow, I am ranking the lowest. We're talking, I told you guys about this, how we have to tell the child to say hello to me before she's allowed to see the dog. Yeah. You want to come back? Come here. Come here. Fine. Don't come here. All right. Let's see what is going down. Tuesday goal is to check all of my boxes before the live. Yes. The live is a great, it's a great like time limit because it's a reasonable time unless you're on the West Coast and it's still a little bit early. But like for me, it's 7:30. By the time I'm done, it's 8:30. My husband's usually home. Like it's time to wind down and everything. So it's actually a really great cutoff for me. I'm not quite done working yet because I still have to upload tomorrow's video. But guys, I filmed a vlog today. I filmed my what I want for Christmas list because you guys asked for it. I asked if you wanted it, and so I filmed it because you said yes. And I filmed my 20K giveaway because, I don't think I actually, so I don't know how many of my Tuesday crowd and my Thursday crowd overlap, but I talked to, or my Friday crowd, but Tuesday crowd, I'm at 20,000 subscribers. And I have a lot of you to thank for that. You guys are my loyal subscribers that show up for me on the regular. And you are what's making the Diva and the Divine community so wonderful. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And the other announcement that was made on Thursday that you might have missed is I am officially an iTrack Bites ambassador, which is super, super cool because I have been using that app for 1.5 years simply because I needed something that worked for me. I went on a hunt to find what I needed because WW Freestyle was not it. and my loyalty paid off, which was really, really cool. So now I'm officially an iTrack Bites ambassador. Don't fear, my WW Freestyle people. I'm still here for you. I'm still here for you. You guys know I just use that app, and that's why I'm their ambassadors, because I genuinely love and use that app on the daily, and they made it official. So we're officially in a relationship, iTrack Bites and me. Oh my goodness. I'm sitting here eating my salmon, spinach, and cauliflower, all 0 points. That sounds so stinking good, Tracy. So good. I want some salmon real bad. I've been like thinking about salmon, and I need some salmon in my life. I don't know where the water emoji is, so it gave you some rain. We've been having rain. It was raining like crazy here yesterday. Trudy, hi, I'm new here. Love watching you. Trudy, welcome. We're so glad that you are here. Everyone say hello to Trudy. We have a new friend tonight. That's really exciting. Today I had most of them done by 8 a.m. Excellent. Thursday, what time is live? I'm sorry, I didn't mean Thursday. I meant Friday. So I have been going live in the afternoons on Fridays as a weekly weigh-in. That has kind of been, I didn't do it on purpose. It just started one week and I kept doing it. So I've been doing it. I don't know that it will happen this week because my family is in town. But who knows, I might be able to pop on live for a few minutes, or if there's some downtime somewhere, I can try, but I can't make any promises. I just don't know what our plans for Friday are yet. But if I'm home, I'll absolutely hop on for a little bit. But I've been doing Friday afternoons, but Tuesdays at 7:30, 8:30 Eastern time is my official for real live stream. Hi all, eating my 0 point taco soup. Yum. Love all your videos. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Patty. Okay, my friends. So what did I say this video was titled? We got a Q&A. So two things about that Q&A. And I forgot to mention it in the vlog today. Shoot. I'm going to film a 20K Q&A because I like the way that sounds. And I haven't done like an official sit down Q&A video for a while. So I need you guys to go. I asked on Instagram stories several times. I asked on my Facebook Insiders group, as well as my Facebook page and on the YouTube community page. I've asked on all of those places to drop me your questions that you want addressed in that video. And we can also do a Q&A here as well. I plan on doing a Q&A here as well. But I also want some questions. They don't have to be weight loss related at all. They can be about anything. It's just to get to know me, get to pick my brain, ask me what you've always wanted to ask me sort of questions. And if I get enough questions that allow me to separate like health and weight loss versus like life, I'll do 2 videos. So be thinking about your questions and get those to me within the next handful of days because I'll film next Tuesday. And yeah, but we can also ask some questions tonight. So feel free to leave them in the little chat box and we will get this conversation started. What does an iTrack Bites ambassador do? Quite frankly, I don't do much different than what I already do. I am advocate for the app, and I freely and openly share the app, which I already do. Like the reason that I'm one of their ambassadors is because I already did what an ambassador should be doing. You will see some iTrack Bites stuff pop up in my content a little bit more frequently, but nothing crazy at all. But yeah, so it's just me sharing my love of the app and whatnot. So I had maple Dijon chicken, balsamic Brussels sprouts, and grapes. That sounds so good. I got my mint tea and I'm cutting out laminated bats for your pre-K classroom. That's amazing. Yeah, Halloween is next week. I can't even believe that. How crazy. So one of the things, I'm going to jinx it. I'm going to jinx it by saying this. I swear. Do you see how Gracie's perturbed that I have the door closed? So I'm going to jinx it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So I've been eating, if you guys recall, for those of you that were with me on my live last Friday, and I was up again and feeling like my body was all sorts of out of whack and things like that. Like it was bad. If you want to know what I was feeling on Friday, go back and watch that live video because I laid it all out there. And just how I haven't been feeling like myself and my body's reacting that way. So my weight has been going like within a week up and down multiple pounds. It's been very strange. So I said this week I was going to start my day with the Fab 4 smoothie. For those of you that don't know, the Fab 4 way of eating is something that is coined by the nutritionist Kelly LeVeque. She wrote the book called Body Love. And the Fab Four, which are the key ingredients that you should be using in every one of your meals, are fat, fiber, protein, and greens. And I love the science behind her book. I love the way her eating makes me feel, and it's wonderful. And one of the things she has is a Fab Four smoothie, which basically puts all of those things in a smoothie. You blend it up and you eat it for breakfast. And it's supposed to help stabilize your blood sugar and keep everything even keeled rather than us having those spikes and all that craziness. And what that does is it lets the body digest food properly, reduces insulin, reduces all sorts of, it's really, really good for you. And so the bottom line is this: from Friday. So I started Friday morning with my first Fab Four smoothie in the morning, and I've had a Fab Four smoothie every morning for breakfast since then. I got on the scale this morning and I'm already down 2.9 pounds from Friday. That's like what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's like 4 nights. It's crazy. Like absolutely mind-boggling to me. And like I ate a lot of food yesterday. I ate like 1,800 calories yesterday. And I worked my tush off. I had 20,000 steps by the time I was done with the day because I blitz cleaned the house. But I ate a lot of food yesterday. And I thought for sure, I'm like, this is self-sabotage, stepping on the scale this morning, but I decided to do it anyway. And I even weighed less this morning than I did yesterday. I was like, so now that I've put it out there, I've probably ruined my Friday weigh-in, but you know what? We're going to go with it anyway. The bottom line is it works. I felt very full. I haven't been craving much sugar. Yesterday I had a bagel. Today I had a bagel. So I've still been having some carby things and whatnot, but like my sugar cravings are gradually disappearing, which is awesome, which is great. And the timing of it is actually pretty perfect because usually, and I actually mentioned this to my husband earlier today because my sister and I were talking about food choices for their vacation coming up and like where we're going to go, what we're going to do. And of course, vacations and everything, visiting and everything for me means crap. I'm not going to be able to stay on my diet. But this time around, I have every intention of doing so. And what really helps me is my sister. You guys, she's not here right now. I don't know what she's doing. She's probably dealing with Alice, but she's usually on the live stream. You guys know she had gastric bypass surgery and she's now eating regular food again, but she has to eat everything in very small portions and watch her macros and things like that. So she has dietary requirements now too that require her to eat a lot more like me. Which is great because that means that most of us now need that sort of eating. So she was researching different restaurants and stuff today, and we found some sushi places, and even Rainforest Cafe has some dishes that they have like a poke bowl and stuff that's like totally, mostly FabFitFun. What? That's a subscription box. Fab Four compliant. All out of the restaurant. So we looked at a sushi restaurant that we might be able to go to on Friday night. We looked at going to Rainforest Cafe on Thursday. And like I looked at these menus and I have a plan. And then tomorrow, unless the plan changes, I plan on cooking. They're just going to come over and see the house and do whatever. And I'm going to cook chicken and vegetables and macaroni and cheese. And it's going to be great. And it's going to allow me to stay on plan. And every morning, I'm still going to have that stinking smoothie because that smoothie, I tell you what, it's 11 points plus. 11. And that, like, I could lessen it. I could put a little bit less almond butter in it or whatever. So it would range somewhere between like 8 and 11 points and whatnot. But it's a lot. When you only get 26 or 27 in a day, 11 is a ton for breakfast. But it's been working and I've been eating heavily. I clocked in today at like 33 points or 34 points. I have no weeklies left. No, I didn't have any weeklies left after yesterday. But I'm trucking along and we're going to see how it goes. What is the book? The book is called Body Love by Kelly LeVeque. You can find it on Amazon. I've mentioned it in a couple other videos. I can't remember what videos I've actually linked it in. If I was smart, I would have linked it down in the info box before I started because I knew the topic was going to come up. But it is outstanding. She has a second book coming out in December, which I cannot wait to read. She's great. It's great. The science behind it all makes sense. It all makes perfect sense. And I haven't been doing perfect Fab Four eating, but the fact that I'm Fab Four eating and still have dessert at night that has sugar, and I had a bagel yesterday, just flat out bagel with butter on it. Delightful. and like 9 or 10 points because of the butter. Still ate it, but because everything else was balanced out, it didn't spike things too much. How's your day been? Pretty good. Pretty good. Moving a little bit slow because I worked a little bit too hard physically yesterday, but it is what it is. I have to remember to take a breath after I drink. Otherwise, I lose my breath. Does that happen to anyone else? Take a second. Okay. What is in your smoothie for breakfast? So I've been doing the smoothies 2 different ways. And the first way is with stuff you have around the house. So I have a bag of frozen kale that I got at Target. The new Good and Gather brand that's there has this giant bag of chopped kale for not a lot of money. I'm pretty sure it was like $1.99. Like not expensive at all for this giant freaking bag of kale. She's nesting. Oh. Sorry, easily distracted by her goofiness. So I throw in, I use the Ninja, the single serve Ninja. So it's about this size. The thing is about this size. And I fill it about halfway up with kale. And then I throw just a handful of frozen blueberries on it. It's about 1/4 cup of fruit because you're not supposed to have too much fruit. But I like a little bit to sweeten it up. And then I throw in protein powder because you need to get some protein in there. What I've been doing lately has been my strawberry Shakeology because I have a bag of Shakeology that I got when I joined the Beachbody thing. I'm not doing Shakeology regularly. It's far too expensive for my taste, but I have it, so I'm going to use it, and it's quite good. So I have strawberry Shakeology, which is 3 points and 18 grams of protein. Then I've been throwing in 1 scoop of the Vital Proteins collagen protein as well, which adds 1 more point and an extra 9 grams of protein. So there's our protein. We have our greens. We need fiber. I've been using either flaxseed, acacia fiber, or both. I love acacia fiber. Big fan of the acacia fiber. And for the fat, I've been using almond butter. And I traded out my chocolate almond butter for Good and Gather brand regular old almond butter. Nothing in it but almonds. Nothing in it. And it's just a straight fat. It's pretty clean. No sugars, no anything like that. And the difference compared the nutrition labels today, and there's a big difference. There's a big difference. And then you grind that all up, and that's your Fab 4 smoothie. And it's quite good. Never mind the fact that half of it is kale. It is actually very good. So that's one way to do it. Or the way I've been cheating, and I've been cheating the points. I have been cheating the points by doing this, and the scale is still going down, which is mind-boggling to me. I've been using the Daily Harvest smoothies, and I don't have anything here to show you because I use them all up. But have you guys seen like on Instagram, and I talked about them a time or two, the Daily Harvest are the smoothie cups that you order and they get shipped to your door and you keep them in the freezer. All of the smoothie cups that I purchased, or I didn't purchase, they sent me the box. I purchased new ones though. I have a shipment coming, I think tomorrow or Thursday, because I loved the way that they turned out with the smoothies, and they were so easy. But I threw that in there, and that acted as my frozen vegetables. And there was like, I'd use like the greens, cucumber and greens one, which added a nice flavor. The mint cacao one, shut up. It was so good. Like all the ones I got worked really, really well as a base for the Fab 4 smoothie. So I'm a huge, huge fan of that. And so I got some myself, even though I'm supposed to be promoting them to you. If you guys want my discount code, let me know. You can get $25 off. But it's just so easy. It was just so easy. So I ordered more. Let's see what's happening here. Kim, hello. There's the link to the Body Love book. You look good. Thank you. How's your sleeping pattern doing? It was doing very, very well just until last night. And last night, my husband had a late night at work. He's doing his best to put in all of his hours at like after the late night hours today or yesterday and today, so he can come home earlier to spend time with my family. No guarantees it'll work, but he's trying. So he didn't go to the gym until like 8:30 or 9 o'clock last night. And then he walked in the door at 10. And then he proceeded to toss and turn for over an hour. And of course, we all know if that happens, Bree doesn't have any chance of sleeping. So I looked at him this morning. We both finally fell asleep. It took us about an hour or so that sucked. But once I fell asleep, I was out. Let me show you just how out I was. I use the Sleep Cycle app every night, and this was last night. Straight into deep sleep the whole night. Once I finally fell asleep. But in general, since I overcame that insomnia stuff, I've been doing okay. I did sleep in a bit this weekend. I really needed that. My body hadn't reset since I had that bout of bad insomnia for those couple of days. So I ended up sleeping in until 7:30, both Saturday and Sunday, which doesn't sound like sleeping in, but when you're getting up at 5:30, it is absolutely sleeping in. And that helped a lot. And I took it real easy on the weekend. Like Saturday, we got up, we went to Body Pump, and we did the normal workout routine, but I made sure to balance. I balanced doing chores and stuff. And thankfully, I have a husband who is happy to do chores too, which is absolutely wonderful. So he actually did a lot of the chores over the weekend. And I do the stuff during the week, which is great. So he's like, I'll fold the laundry. We'll watch hockey. I will fold the laundry. Don't worry about it. You just put your laundry away. And so I spent a lot of Sunday sitting and relaxing and just letting things go. I didn't upload anything all weekend. And even though it's Vlogtober and I wanted to upload every day, I just hit a point where I was like, I can't keep up. I just need to stop. And I did. And now I'm back and I'm feeling much better about it. So thank you for asking. I listened to a podcast, Sue's the Stream, when she talks about what to eat, no gluten or sugar at all. It's not no sugar. Well, it's not processed sugar, because sugar is the thing that spikes your insulin. Like, let's be honest, that's what it is. That's why diabetics have to watch their sugar, because that's the thing that makes your insulin out of whack. And her whole diet theory is doing what needs to be done to keep your insulin from having any of those spikes. Which it makes a lot of sense. For me, am I ever going to follow Fab4 perfectly? No, because I like to have a sweet treat. However, the more I follow it, the less I want the sugar to begin with, which I have found interesting. Like tonight, or last night my dessert was yogurt with almond butter in it, instead of like a real dessert. We have apple pie in the fridge, and I was like, no, I don't think I want apple pie. I'm going to have yogurt and almond butter. Was it higher in points? Yes, it was, but it was a lot more balanced. I threw fiber in there and made a little almost Fab4 snack out of this yogurt instead of going for the apple pie that was sitting in the fridge. And it's just really, it's been very, very interesting. And I am not, I'm not crazy enough to try and go gluten-free. If there's a feasible, reasonable option to go gluten-free with, great. But it's not something I'm going to try to do, at least not in the short term. I'm going to do this almost Fab4 way of living until that is not enough anymore. Then we'll see what happens. Just as long as you're not only using collagen peptides for protein, since it's not a complete protein. Interesting. Did not know that. I'm a light sleeper. I hate that sometimes. Me too. Husband keeps me awake. Yep. Sandra, you and I are living the same sleeping life. I tell you what. I just noticed her. Gracie. Uh-oh. The garage is open. You see her? The garage just opened. Where'd you go? Now she's going to get all sorts of crazy because she can't get to Daddy because the door is closed. This morning, after our late work last night, we overslept until 6:15 and we had to leave for work at 7:15. Oh no. Oversleeping when you actually have somewhere to be is the worst. It really is. Makes sense. It's just scary. And I have a lot of fruit and junk. Yeah. And it's only scary because you don't want to let go of the habits that are getting you into trouble to begin with. And I'm in the same boat, Rosie. I'm right there with you. I don't want to give up all of the things, right? But it's better for you if you do. And she's just telling you the truth. And in her book, she also talks about it's not just about giving up all of these things. It's not permanent, but it's about learning how to bounce back after you have an indulgent weekend. Or it's okay to have the wine, but prepare your body first. Drink a lot of water. And if you want to have the wine, maybe you skip dessert. If you want to have the rice, maybe you skip the wine. It's all about making the choices that will best serve your body. And if you do have a just off the rails time, it's easy to get back on. Use your ears. Gracie, what are you doing? Is Daddy home? Is Daddy home? It's so exciting. The ears are up. The ears are very up. She's very confused. Is Daddy home? Where's Daddy? She's like, I swear I heard the garage. I swear. I'm so confused. I lost my train of thought. Gracie makes me lose my train of thought all the time. I slept through the smoke detector going off before in college. My freshman year of college, I was in bed one night. We lived on the first floor, and my roommate was out, and the fire alarm was going off in our dorm, and I didn't know, and we were sleeping with our window open, and so she ran up to the window. She said, Brianna, get up, the fire alarm is going off. And she just shout at me from outside to get me out. Oh my goodness. How does a sleep app work? The app is called Sleep Cycle. It is, let's see. Oh, that's a terrible way to get you to look at it. It's the orange one right there. Now she's figured out that he's home. And the way it supposedly works is you turn it on before you go to sleep. You set an alarm, and what it does is you set it down on your nightstand because it uses the microphone to listen to you and your surroundings while you sleep. And if it now has several alarm clock options. But one of the things it does is it tracks your cycles of sleep, so you can tell when you're a little bit more restless or when you've just been deep sleep. So I love nights like last night where it was just like, oh, you fell asleep and you were out the whole time. I love nights like that. Most of my graphs look like this, which is totally normal, but I love seeing nights that I've just slept like a rock, which is awesome because it means I didn't move, I didn't do anything. So not only does that app track your cycles, but the whole draw of it was, say you set your alarm for 5:30 in the morning and your cycles are happening, right? And you guys all know we sleep in different cycles that are roughly 90 minutes long. There is a time that is best for you to wake up during your cycle and a time that is worst for you to wake up during your cycle. And if your phone catches on to the pattern and it registers that, at 5:30 when your alarm is supposed to go off, you're actually going to be in your deepest sleep, and that would be not great for you, I'm going to wake you up 10 minutes earlier. So what it does is it wakes you up where in your cycle is best for you to be woken up before your alarm. If you don't hit that point, your alarm goes off at the right point. But typically, my alarm goes off a couple minutes before it's supposed to. And I just always thought that was such a fascinating technology. So I love it. I have used it. Let's see if it'll tell me. Is it going to tell me? Oh, I don't know. Statistics. Here we go. No, it's not going to. 813 nights. I have used this app for 813 nights. Yeah. So just to say I'm a fan, a little bit. Also slept through a smoke detector in college, but I think it was due to college activities. Yeah. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. this morning because I was sleeping so well that I panicked. I've also done that. I've done all the things. So, what kind of questions do we have tonight? What do we want to talk about tonight? Because I proposed a Q&A, so you guys can ask me some questions if you want. Oh, I had a question for you. So in my Q&A hoarding the questions thing that I've been doing today, someone actually asked me if I would consider hosting a step bet. And for those of you that don't know, step bets are where you sync up your stepping device, whatever it is, with this app, and you pony in money. So like say it's $10. It's usually $35. But let's say it's $10. To join the step bet, you pay the $10 to get in. And then you get your personal step goal that's going to help you exceed your step goals. Like you got to be ready to work. And it can go on for, I think, 4 weeks or whatever. But as long as you reach your goals, you got nothing to do. So it encourages you to move. But if you lose the step bet, you lose the money you put in. If you win the step bet, you get your money back, and we divide up anybody's money who's lost. Does that make sense? So if 100 people go in on this step bet and put in the $10, that's $1,000, and say only 50% actually won the step bet, that means that us 50% would split the $100 and our money would almost double. Would that be something that interests you guys if Diva and the Divine hosted a step bet in the not too distant future? Because I'm only going to look into doing it if there's enough people interested in doing it with me. How can the app know your sleep cycle without it being hooked up to you? Like the Fitbit watch has an app, but you wear it for, I think it calculates movement. That's all it is. So I think the theory is if you're in dead sleep, you're not moving. So this app runs the microphone all night because it also leaves you really attractive recordings of you snoring during the night. It's true. So if you leave it there, the microphone is on. So it can hear you rustling or it can hear if there's dead silence. It can hear any changes in the room and things like that. And I believe that's how it uses your movement. Stop whining. He's going to come for you eventually. Relax. He's taking out the trash. She's freaking out. Come here. Come on. There we go. Okay, we got our girl back. She's freaking out because she knows daddy's home. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, so that's how the app works. And I don't know all the science behind it, but I like it. I have a great time with that app. I like comparing it to my Fitbit, and a lot of times they are the same or very, very close. I'd love the step bet. You guys are all interested in the step bet. I think, don't get me wrong, I think the minimum buy-in is $35. So, and that, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem because your goal should be to win the step bet. But just so you know, but I think it'd be fun. I think it would be fun. And so if enough people are interested, and it looks like you guys are, you, my crew, you guys, you Tuesday night crew, like you're my people. You're my jam. Like I got 20,000 subscribers, but my people that show up, you're my people. Mine to Barbara. So my cats being a pest on the app would pick that up. Maybe. It may be. But what else? You know what? I want to know what else is interesting. Eric has been using the app too, and our graphs look completely different. And occasionally we end up turning our apps on at the same time, and my app will actually say Eric's name with a little chain on it saying that like it's linked, like it understands that there's another sleep cycle in the room. I don't know how it does that. I don't know what that does, but yeah. How would we pay? PayPal. No, you would pay through the StepBet app. So the whole thing happens on the StepBet website. They run the whole thing. They just need people to start them and host them. So that's what I would do. So I would be like, hey, this is the game I want to do. This is how long. This is the buy-in, blah, blah, blah. And then the app calculates based on your step history what your challenge would be. So for somebody who gets 4,000 steps a day versus me who strives for 10 to 12,000 steps a day, we would have very different goals. I once did a step bet where most of the days I had to do 14,000 steps, and I had to do 2 major days that were 18,000 steps a week for 4 weeks. It was a lot of walking. It was a lot of stepping. Never mind. Okay. Do you like Halloween? It's fine. I like seeing all the children in their costumes. That's a lot of fun. And I like Halloween candy, but I shouldn't have Halloween candy. So I'm okay with Halloween. It's not anything special to me, truly, but it's kind of fun sometimes. What is your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday is Christmas. Just because for so many reasons. Like, first, it's Christmas. Like, what's not to love about Christmas? Jesus, whole birth of our Lord thing. That's pretty awesome. But just like growing up, the traditions of Christmas, I love the traditions of Christmas. I was in a show choir in high school that toured a lot during the Christmas season. And those were those were my fondest memories of high school. We were out touring and singing for other people more often than we were in school between Thanksgiving and Christmas break. And it was the time of my life. I loved it. And we had a whole solid Christmas set. And what was cool about this is this group, they're called the Town Criers. This group has been around for years. My mother was in Town Criers. Like she and like a lot of the set or some of the set, if you're still there, Mom, you can answer. But some of the set stuff that she did in Town Criers when she was in high school, I did when I was in high school. Same songs, same arrangements. And it's just such a cool tradition. So as a kid, starting in kindergarten and every year afterwards, every year, Town Criers would come through and they would sing, and there'd be an all school assembly and they would sing, and every year we'd be like, oh, it would be so cool to be able to be that one day. And then in high school, I was one of those people, and it was just so cool. Christmas just has a lot of fun memories, a lot of traditions. There's the whole singing at church thing, and family and Christmas traditions, and it's just wonderful. I love Christmas. So that is definitely my favorite holiday. I'm using a trial of the Sleep Cycle app right now. I'm enjoying it, especially when I sleep so well that the app complains there wasn't enough movement. Sweet. How does it know you need to get up? Based on your movement. So if you if you don't move by the time your alarm's supposed to go off, the alarm will go off. If I set my alarm at 5:30, it will go off at 5:30. But if I start stirring at 5:15, it'll go off at 5:15. And I've had it happen many times where I've opened I've started to stir, I've woken up, and I move, and that movement sets my alarm off. Just the second I move. We get over 300 trick-or-treaters. I was hoping that now that we live in a subdivision with houses and everything, that we'd get trick-or-treaters, but our neighbor told us we hardly get any trick-or-treaters here. And I was so excited to be we can sit at home and watch movies. And I have a t-shirt from RX Bar that says Lazy Pumpkin costume on it. I was going to wear my Lazy Pumpkin costume shirt and answer the door. And I'm going to buy one bag of candy. But he's like, we don't get really any trick-or-treaters here. They all go to different neighborhoods. So I'm bummed about that. I'm biking while watching your show. Stationary bike. Yes, Sandra, that is the way to do it. Love Christmas. Let's do the step bet soon. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting that thing set up so it happens over Thanksgiving. How would you guys feel about that? Because the whole point is to challenge yourself, right? So if it happened over Thanksgiving, you'd kind of have to move. I'm a little nervous about the future of hitting my regular step goal right now. So the step bet would be pushing me out of my comfort zone. Lisa, I'm pretty sure most of the things I tell you to do push you out of your comfort zone. Just throwing that out there. I think that a step bet would throw a lot of people out of their comfort zones. I want to love Christmas. I love Christmas. Winter medley. Yeah. Was that the same arrangement that you did in high school, right, Mom? I'm pretty sure it's the same arrangement that we did. How sad, no trick-or-treaters. I know. I don't like having all that candy. I'm like that too. Which is I like having the candy. I should not have the candy. So I'm going to buy one bag of candy. And if for whatever reason we get an abundance of trick-or-treaters, oh well, too bad, so sad. But my family never hands anything out for Halloween. Halloween is for little kids, and that's it. It depends. Halloween, I love watching Halloween for little kids. I do love some of the adult costumes that come through on the internet and whatnot. I've seen some pretty funny ones lately. I saw one just today that was a couple that was a girl, looking all dressed up, blonde hair and everything, cute outfit, makeup done. And she was wearing a sign that said #filter. And then her boyfriend had a messed up blonde wig on and all black too and whatever, and beard, and had #nofilter. I thought that was hysterical. Thanksgiving. All right. How long does the step bet last weeks-wise? I'm pretty sure I haven't done a step bet in ages. I'm pretty sure it's 4 weeks. I think I can make it last as long as I want to now. I haven't really looked into it all the way, but I could probably do one that starts at Thanksgiving and doesn't end until January. I don't know exactly. Waking up in the morning and pushing myself out of my comfort zone. Yeah, it was. You have got to calm down. I told him where you were. If he wants you, he will come get you. Yeah. She can hear his podcast and everything. You're okay. Just hang out with me. See, I'm the lowest in the totem pole in my own home. This little dog, I don't rank on when Daddy's home. I just don't. Hey, pay attention to me. Jerk. You're a jerk. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So what else we got, friends? What else we got? What victories have you had in the last week? Or struggles? I'm here for the struggles too. While I sit here and just obnoxiously pet my dog. Perfect timing for a step bed. I think so. Like, that would be intense, right? To have to do it over Thanksgiving. Like, and I know, like, me participating in a step bed, I know what I'm getting myself into. I just had a 20,000 step day. I'm screwed if they decide to take that into calculations for the step bed. My week has been uneventful. Nothing going on here. Ooh, that was a dirty look. Did you see that? Did that come off as dirty as she just looked at me? I just got a real dirty look from this one. Goodness. I do nothing but love you and spoil you and turn on the fireplace and put your bed in front of it for you and feed you and give you treats. And you just... She's going for the sympathy vote. Yeah. Let's see. What other updates do I have? I don't know. I didn't finish it. Never mind. I was going to say I finished watching the first season of The Politician on Netflix, and it's a good show. But I haven't finished, apparently. I thought it was the end, but there's another episode. So, I don't know. I don't know what else I got. Other than my family's coming. You got major side-eye. That's what I thought. Like, that was a dirty look. She is not thrilled with the fact that I'm just holding her. But if I let her go, all she's going to do is whine. Because she's a little diva. Let's be honest. This is the real diva behind Diva and the Divine. Yes. She's such a little stinker. Gracie even leaned way back. I know. This little girl. What else do we have? What else? I'm trying to think if anything crazy has happened lately, other than, the scale going in the right direction for a change. But I guarantee you now that I've said something, and it's not going to be a great loss or a loss this week, because I told you about it, and that probably effectively ruined it. In the midst of a work evaluation and audit, stress has been sky high. But getting in my steps in gratitude an hour early in. Oh, that's great, Rosie. As long as you can keep on keeping on with what you can while you're stressed out, that's super important, because that's where habits really start to take shape. Once you can do them outside of a perfect situation, then that's good news. That's really good news. So good for you for keeping on. That's awesome. What else do I have? I don't have anything else, so I need you guys to ask me a question as a conversation starter. I didn't have a specific subject to talk about tonight. The challenges in the title was my challenge is my family's coming to visit, but I'm pretty sure between me and my sister, we got that figured out. So I'm not actually really worried about it, quite frankly. Well, I'm at a plateau, 8 pounds from your goal weight. That's pretty standard. I'm not going to lie. And when you say plateau, Tracy, how long have you been at a plateau, and what do you say a plateau is? Love your Yorkie. I have 3. They're little monsters, aren't they? These little, oh my goodness. I want to know, does your Yorkie cuddle with you, or is your Yorkie a little independent woman who don't need no man? Because that's what this one is. She only wants you when she wants to play. This is a forced snuggle right now. She doesn't want to be here. Need to get back to the smoothies. Yes, I love the Fab Four smoothies. Be careful with smoothies though, because you can put too much fruit in there. 4 weeks in a plateau of weight going down slowly or weight not going down at all. Have you found a church? We have not. We are actively looking. We have replayed several churches. So we're currently bouncing between 2, the really small one and the really large one. And last week we went to this past Sunday, like 2 days ago, we went back to the really small one, and it's still can't decide. We're fishing around. So what we're going to do is we're going to go The big church has like a 3-week class on, what they believe, what it's like to be there, all the in and outs of that church. So we're going to go to that and learn a bit about what they believe. And then there's apparently an event for 20 or 30 somethings at the smaller church, which was exactly our hesitation. Our biggest hesitation was seeing that there weren't very many people our age in the room. Having a get together with all of them that decide to show up would give us a really good indicator of how many there are available. So we're going to do that and then keep going from there. My hope is that we have picked a church by Christmas, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. We're working on it, though. Dude, stop. He will come for you, or you're going to stick with me until 8:30. Deal with it. Deal with it. One of mine licks my toes when Sleep's laying over me, and the last one does his own thing. That's this one. That's this one. I'm only any good when she wants to play. She never wants to cuddle. Like, all I wanted out of getting this dog was somebody who will cuddle me and love me and be there for me when my husband's not home. Instead, I got this. What? What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop. Relax. Look, relax. She's out of her mind. I just want to show you. Look, I want to show your face. There you are. There you are. Cutie pie. She's lucky she's cute. I tell you what. What else we got? And water is going to be a challenge since I can't drink anything while working. So I may be going 8 to 9 hours without drinking. How can how can they tell you that you can't drink anything? That doesn't seem right. I lost the 2+ pounds I gained a week ago. Happy day, Lori. That is awesome. I'm looking forward to the cousin content coming up. Yes, there will be vlogs. I don't know how interesting they will be, but there will be vlogs of Gracie and Alice, and they're going to have a great time. Are you really? If you sit and go, but if you sit at the door and whine, I'm going to kill you. How's everyone's 10-week goal? Last 10-week goals going? I'm eating a veggie with every meal. And how's that going, Rose? That's awesome. They'll be cute. That's all that matters. It's true. They are pretty stinking cute. Last night, Alice was being a pain on FaceTime, and Christina's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm being a jerk. I was like, oh, the sass is strong with this one. So we get to see some sassy pants up in our vlogs. Floor weeks at a plateau. I'm trying to keep track of Tracy's messages. I work out at the gym 6 days a week, and I've been the same for over a month. Trying to figure out what's going on with this. Okay. So for the last 10 pounds, there's a couple things I recommend. You got to shake it up a little bit. So if you're doing the same old thing you've been doing the whole time, your body's used to it by now. So the best thing to do would be, hey, what plan are you? I think you were the one who was eating salmon, so you're on freestyle, right? I would check how many calories, double track just for a day or two to see how many calories you are actually consuming, because there's a solid chance that you are not eating enough. And your body has gone into, excuse me, I've lost enough weight. I don't want to lose any more with the fuel you're giving me. So sometimes upping the intake of food a little bit. And I don't mean by doing like sugar or treats or junk, but like add some avocado, add some olive oil, add some calories with some good healthy fats. And I know you're eating salmon, so it might seem a little bit redundant, but something like that might help shake up the balance in your body a little bit. Also, what kind of workouts are you doing? Are you doing resistance training, like weight training, or are you doing cardio? Cross-contamination health code. I don't know if they'll get any breaks. They have to give you a break. Legally, they have to give you a break. Aerobics and Zumba. Start weight training. There's your answer. Cardio is only going to get you so far. You need to start weight training. And for the first little bit, it might freak your scale out a little bit and you might go up, but the resistance training is where it's at. So if you add a little bit more fat and then you start trying to build a little bit of muscle, your body's going to wig out, and that'll hopefully help flush your system and get rid of the last 8 pounds. But you got to change it up. You got to change it up. Your body is in a place of complacency, which will cause a plateau. So try something like that. Shake it up a little bit. Make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. All that jazz. Not here. There are no break laws in my state for adults. Seriously? I didn't realize that was legal. When I worked at Bath and Body Works, like, you had a break. And Kohl's too. Like, you had to take a break. They made you take your break. It's because it's law. Fascinating. I'm sorry, I just can't. Just got the little head tilt going because he made noise. Breakfast veggies have been fun. Today I had asparagus with my eggs. Yes, yes. You know what? You'll see this. Well, you won't see this exact thing. Actually, if you go to my Instagram right now, I'm pretty sure a post posted at 7:45 that was a picture of my dinner yesterday, which is breakfast food. Yep, it's there. It posted while I was live streaming. And it is avocado toast. And you see that side dish there? That's kale, y'all. I don't friggin' eat kale, but I've really been enjoying putting the kale in my smoothies and then taking the frozen kale, throwing it in the pan, and putting like some garlic seasoning or something with it. But like the sauteed kale, really good. And I've been using it as a side dish. And while that was my dinner yesterday, I've actually, like, it could be breakfast too. It's supposed to be breakfast. It's eggs. But I've been really enjoying having it as dinner. I had avocado toast with eggs and vegetables for dinner again tonight. And it's so good. It's so good, and it's so filling. And there's a lot of healthy fats, and that gets your greens in. And see the Fab Four life. Fab Four life isn't that hard if you just try a little bit. But yeah, the greens and the veggies with the breakfast food. Or I also love throwing it straight in my eggs. If I don't want avocado toast eggs, I will just scramble things up, and you can throw pretty much any vegetable in your eggs and call it a day. That's what I like about eggs. Stir-fried bell pepper. Yes. Bell pepper is great. Onion's great. Spinach is outstanding. Tomato. I love a good tomato and spinach and feta or goat cheese omelet. Yes. Some stores are really strict about break. Not all of them. However, state laws varied. Wow. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm sorry, Alyssa. Yeah. Veggies and eggs. Eggs are good. Have you ever made eggs? This is not Weight Watchers friendly, but have you ever made eggs the Gordon Ramsay way? So I'm a big fan of MasterChef and MasterChef Junior. Not only because I love a good cooking competition, but I love Gordon Ramsay and all that. Fun fact, Gordon Ramsay follows me on Twitter. I don't know, but Gordon Ramsay, like the official Gordon Ramsay Twitter, follows me on Twitter, which, is a platform I never use, but I have one. And so that's a fun fact for me. And but what's fun about MasterChef is not only is it a solid competition, but you actually learn a lot watching it, like, because it talks about the mistakes you're making, and every once in a while one of the master chefs will do a cooking demonstration. And one day Gordon Ramsay did scrambled eggs, and he put he did a massive amount of them, so it was like a dozen eggs or something, and he put them in a pot, and he added butter, like cubes of butter, and threw the butter right in there, and it was just butter and the eggs, and then you cook them on high for, I can't remember if it was like a minute, and then you turn it on low for 30 seconds, stirring constantly, and you melt the butter and you mix it all together, and then you top it off with chives. And I already enjoyed putting chives in my eggs. So just for fun, one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it the Gordon Ramsay way, and I threw some butter in my eggs. Oh my gosh. The best eggs I've ever had. I mean, obviously it's adding butter, but like, I had no idea that adding butter to your eggs would do that. Like, it tastes so good. So if you ever want a little bit extra indulgence in your eggs, add some butter in there, because and chives, and top it off with just chives. Chives and scrambled eggs is one of my favorite flavor combinations ever. It's so good. I had sweet kale salad. Yum, yum. Yeah, kale I find to be pretty bitter, but I think the bitterness gets cooked out when you cook it, and then when it's in a smoothie, it doesn't really matter. Working 40 hours on my feet without a real break to eat and decompress. Yeah, I don't. That's interesting. I love eggs with cottage cheese and hash browns. Interesting. I like savory cottage cheese, so in my mind that should make sense. But I've never had that before. Interesting. Love eggs that way. Gracie, how many of you drop me a hand emoji or something if you're too busy paying attention to Gracie instead of me? I won't blame you. I promise. Because I've been watching her too, just go back and forth and nest and freak out at the door. And yeah, we're talking about you. We are. What a goober. But yeah, eggs with butter, eggs with cottage. Ooh. In my mind, the eggs and cottage cheese thing doesn't. Oh, you're right, Lissa. I didn't think about that. Paying more attention to the chat. Of course you are. That's why you got the nice little wrench next to your name. Oh, I forgot about that. So that eases my mind about it a little bit. I think it's a texture issue, me trying to marry cottage cheese and eggs. I love cottage cheese. I love eggs. Scrambled eggs. I actually don't really like hard-boiled eggs or egg salad or anything like that, but I like my eggs to be hot. And so I can't marry those two things together, but I do love those egg white bites. And that has cottage cheese in it. All right. I see your cottage cheese and hash brown egg creation. Maybe I'll have to try that sometime. I have been swayed. Definitely paying attention to you and Gracie. Yeah. Now all right, I'm going to totally mess up the way this is lined up, but look at this. She was staring at me. What? See, Daddy's just being mean and not coming up to get her when I said come up and get her. The shredded hash browns, you cook all three together. Okay. I have an egg bite mold for the Instant Pot. I put that on my Christmas list. At least I think I did. I hope I copied and pasted everything. But Amazon has like a set of 2 of them. Pretty colors and everything. They're like blue and purple, complete with the rack for like $15 or something. So I have to add that to my 100 things to do in 2020 list. I have to make those egg white bites. Yes. Never thought to add cottage cheese to eggs. Me either. And now that I think about it, when you puree them all together, it's supposed to work because the egg white bites are like cottage cheese, mozzarella cheese, and eggs, right? That's what's in the egg whites. But I'm pretty sure those are like the main components of the eggs, and you throw them all in a blender and you blend it up and you put them in the molds. How does that egg white thing for the Insta? And can't you boil it too? Like you put the rack in just a pot and you just put the lid on the pot. I'm pretty sure that would work the same way, just maybe take a little bit longer. But I've seen so many people on Instagram make those silly egg white bites, and I love them, and my husband loves them. When we go to Starbucks, like that's our go-to breakfast, and they're delicious. And I've just never bothered to go and buy the molds and make them myself. And I should, because you can probably eat like 5 billion of them for a low amount of points. And they're super filling too. They're really great. Never took it out of the box. The thought of a pressure cooker scares me. See, I have one. I don't have the brand name Instant Pot. I have a Kasari one, which the company wanted to send me. So I was like, sure, I don't have an Instant Pot type thing. And I hardly use it. It does cook a mean sweet potato in less time than the oven does, though. That's literally, I think I used it to cook a spaghetti squash once, and I used it to cook sweet potato twice, and that's all. Because for whatever reason, I can't bring myself to like use it to make chili. People make all sorts of things in their Instant Pots, and like you can make chili in half the time or whatever, and I'm like, but I like chopping it all up and putting it in the crock pot and letting it simmer all day. So like I use my crock pot all the time, and I never think to bust out the pressure cooker. I just don't. Instapot. Does it work? Is it worth buying? Is the insert worth buying? I've heard it is. One I have comes with a silicone lid and doesn't need a rack. A lot of them come with plastic lids that can't be heated, so you have to use foil to cover it to cook. Ooh, I didn't look into that. I don't know which one I actually put on my Christmas list. That's good to know, though. I used the slow cooker feature on mine yesterday to make one of my recipes for the week. And how did it go? I use both, just depends on the recipe and time. I think that the Instapot would be really great for people that want to do like the all-day chilies and whatever, but don't have the time. Like I have the time in the middle of the afternoon to, or later in the morning. Like it's my job as a homemaker to make the time to make the chili and whatnot. So I love the Instant Pot. I'm not great at planning or making the time to wait on the crock pot. Sarah just kind of made my point. I also have been using some of your advice for getting into bed on time to make it easier. I'm doing the nighttime things while listening. That's a great use of this live stream time. Like carry your phone or whatever around and use it to get ready for bed. That is a wonderful use of your time. If I could do it, I would do it. Like, because you got to get all the makeup off and the double cleanse. And I love doing a nice skincare routine. My Curology bottle got revamped, so I have a different formula now, which I'm really excited about. Taking that skincare and that acne care to the next level, and I'm super pumped at the results I'm seeing. So I love that whole routine. I've already taken my probiotic. I considered taking my magnesium supplement, but I didn't want it to like chill me out too much while I was live streaming. My late husband loved the old time pressure cooker. I was nervous and never used it. Loved my Instapot. Used it every night. We had an old school one. We got it for our wedding. We only ever used it once. The one like you put on the stovetop and have to like supervise a little bit. We used it once, and then I got sent the electric one, and I was like, I'm never going to need this pressure cooker ever again because I have an electric one now. Cut up a cantaloupe and a honeydew melon. Yes, I love that new challenge. Well, not new challenge, but I'm very curious to know, like, for those of you that have been showing up for a while to my weekly live stream, what do you do? Like, is this your time to kick back with a cup of tea? Like, what is your routine while you're listening to me babble on and on? I'd be very curious to know because I obviously have to do the thing, have to do the talking. So I'm sitting here occasionally drinking water and watching my dog pace back and forth. Taking the bus going home from college. Nice. Hi, Cheyenne. I didn't see you sneak in here. But that's a really great use of your time. Walking the rest of the way home, get some exercise. Yes, girl, that's the way to do it. I'm trying some kale salad. Not bad. Prepping fruit salad. Look at you guys. I love this so much. Good. I'm glad to know that you're doing things. You're exercising, you're food prepping, you're doing all the things you craft. Oh, I like that. I've always wanted a Cricut. I'm not quite sure what I would do with it once I got it, but I've always wanted one. It's the scrapbooking nerd in me and the planner girl in me. Usually do tea. Today I didn't. I'm ready for bed. Challenge is shutting the computer off after this and doing my reading. You just got to do it. Just shut it off once we're done, and we're going to be done real soon. But this is good. I was almost saying I challenge you, but I don't want to challenge somebody who actually uses this as kickback and relax time. But I'll be very curious to know. I will ask you next week too. What are you doing? Working out. Great. That's awesome. And if your answer is I'm sitting down with a cup of tea and my feet up on the chair, that's fine too. That's totally fine. Don't you whine at me. You just wait a second. Someone's getting demanding. I'm a big onion person, but love other veggies too. I love onions too. My husband does not. I love onions. Doing dishes and tidying up. I love the evening tidy. That is one of it's not my favorite thing. I don't love doing it, but I love the feeling like I will go through the house and make sure that the living room looks nice and the kitchen is clean before I go to bed. Because then when you wake up and you walk out, the first thing you see is a beautiful clean space, and it's just wonderful. Yesterday, after all of my 20,000 steps of cleaning, I just sat down with my feet up and I was like, this house looks beautiful. And I'm so pleased. And I love being in a clean house. It makes me so happy. So the end of the day tidy. I'll also usually set up my desk area, like clean off the desk because I have clutter all over it right now. I've got like 5 lip products sitting here. So I'll clean that up too. Doing something at the computer or something in the kitchen. Can't listen with hubby into unless I have the headphones. Trying to get your last 900 steps. Yes, dude, I'm not above walking in place. I can't tell you, once I realized that I could get to 20,000 yesterday, I was walking in place while I was watching TV. Watched your video this morning about setting your bedtime schedule. Yes! Need to get to bed. Good night. Yeah, I'll be signing off here in a second too. My goal is to spend this time relaxing. I'll watch other videos while walking in the dark. But not lives. That makes sense. Just got home and I'm sitting, and that's okay too. I appreciate you choosing me to be the person you sit with. I'm just relaxing and winding down, and it's keeping me from eating. I am happy to be the person that's keeping you from eating. That's wonderful. I will take it. We can drink to that. Tidy, great room and kitchen before bed. Yeah, it's life-changing. It's really life-changing. Wrapped up in all your blankets. You guys. So I filmed, like I said, I filmed my Christmas wish list today, and some of the stuff that I want is from LL Bean, and like I'm trying to like upgrade my winter wear because heaven only knows how long we're living in Minnesota, but in a perfect world, it's going to be a while. So like I want to take my winter wear to the next level because we all know I'm going to be freezing all winter long. There is some stuff at LL Bean that just is the coziest, warmest, amazing, most amazing stuff ever, because I went over there to try the stuff on to figure out what size I was, and they have a Sherpa lined hoodie. Sherpa. So like, you know, that super fuzzy Sherpa stuff, the whole sweatshirt on the inside, the whole thing, shoulders, hood, sleeve, whole thing, Sherpa lined. I put that on and I was like, and then there's a bathrobe made out of like that fuzzy, like pretend mink material, like super, this stuff, so cozy. That's what your blankets made me think of, because I don't wrap myself up in blankets, but I wrap myself up in obnoxiously soft clothes. Clean, organized, tidy. Today's our wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary, Beth. That's amazing. LL Bean is the best. Yes. And I just got into LL Bean the last like 2 years, I think. I have a jacket from them, like my windbreaker. Best random purchase from Black Friday ever. I ordered it on a whim because I needed something that was wetness protection, and it's a purple jacket that I've worn the crap out of. It's too big for me now. I still wear it because I love it. And what else do I have from LL Bean? I have a couple sweaters from LL Bean, and I've officially decided that I'm obsessed with LL Bean. I don't know if that's like, I don't know what the demographic of the customer is in the LL Bean store, but I love LL Bean. I'm obsessed. Fun fact, if you guys need anything from LL Bean, the code BIG20, I think, gets you 20% off from now until the 27th, just in case you need something. I'm an affiliate for them. So and like by affiliate, I mean like I get their emails that say, hey, here's the sales. You can use your links, whatever. So I just get emails and like, the sale this week is this code. And I saw that there's 20% off. So there you go. Heat sensitive and I'm freezing right now. The dog is still whining at me. I like poached eggs. Gotta find a good way to prepare them. Gracie is photobomb us all. Boston Bruins are going to win. Back to watching the game. 4-2, less than 2 minutes. Yes, they are going to win. They are definitely going to win. I wonder what hockey Eric is listening to downstairs. I've also been pleased with my LL Bean products. Yep. I'm going for like long-term, high quality. I don't plan on really changing sizes if all goes well. Knock on wood. If all goes well. Because right now, when I tried stuff on in their store, I'm a size small now, as I am at the weight that I am, which is mind-boggling to me because I feel like I should at least be a medium, but I'm a size small. And if I'm a size small at this size, and my goal is to lose 20 or 30 pounds, the smalls are still going to fit, which means it's fine for me to invest in quality. You know, like that sweatshirt is like an $80 sweatshirt, but it's a sweatshirt that I will wear until Sherpa lined hoodie. I'm going to freaking wear that thing every day until the day I die. Like, so like I'm okay with investing in, I'm starting to get out of just purchasing the quick, cheap stuff, unless it's stuff I know I go through fast, like camis or basic t-shirts or things like that. But like the stuff that you want to invest in, I'm okay with investing in because I'm hoping that it'll last me 10, 15, 20 years. So, all right, friends, on that note, I'm ready for bed. It's 9:39. Good night. Yep, I'm getting ready for bed too. My voice is tired. I should release the poor dog so she can finally go see Eric because she's losing her mind down here. So for Gracie's sake, I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Jury is still out as to if there will be a live on Friday. It usually happens around 2 o'clock. We'll see. Stay tuned on Instagram. I'll let you know. And thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great night.